This AI outbound machine is for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, the easiest way to fully book out your calendar with qualified appointments that show up. Now for this short video, I want to shift your focus a little bit away from product fulfillment and infrastructure to actually gaining demand, capturing the demand, and then monetizing the demand. I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but if you cannot sit through a 13 to 15 minute long video on building your agency, scaling your acquisition systems, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're just done for, okay? If that is not you, then stick around to the end of this video because I have something special for you. Sorry, so if you run a online service business, okay, maybe perhaps you run a online agency in the solar space, right? Maybe the roofing space, okay, possibly auto detailing. Or perhaps you're just in local business in general, right? Local business. Or maybe you go after online coaches, let's say. There are three places that you fall into, okay? If you actually want to acquire clients, there are three important things that you do. One are ads, okay? You're either going to run ads to your clients. This is going to be via instant forms, and you're going to send them to a landing page via sell, have them book a call. If they don't book a call, the people that don't book a call, you're going to triage, right? And the way that you'll facilitate this is with that you're going to take the time yourself to vet, qualify, and train VAs or talent, okay? Now, that's how you're going to facilitate the system and automate it, okay? As it goes for triaging, making sure you're getting a lot of bookings in, all right? That simple, right? Now, the second one is content. This is going to take a little bit longer to actually start getting going, but if you have the right systems, have the right paradigms to like think through, you know what works, you know how to execute well, you're going to be able to make it work pretty quickly, okay? And so this is going to basically warm prospects and generate free attention, okay? And it's just going to sell for you 24/7. As I said, like as people say, content is digital real estate, all right? And the third one is outbound, right? I guess content's probably my favorite, but if I wanted to be cool, I'd say outbound's my favorite because I just love outbound, right? I love cold calling. And so, but the problem that you'll find that these two have a significantly higher show rate than anything related to outbound, right? Because outbound just has a lower show rate, just because it's cold traffic. It's very easy to understand. Ads, warm, and they already want where you're selling. You don't have to do a whole lot of convincing. Of course, you're going to have to still convince them and sell them, but like, they're warm and they already want where you want. Content is just like they've already put so much energy and time into you. It's like the last thing they have to invest is monetarily. It's like after they've invested their time, that's the easiest investment to get is their money. Because what it's allowed them to do is trust you. They've spent so much time with you, now they trust you, now they believe you, they see why what you do is different than everybody else, and now they just trust you, right? So how do we get outbound to be just as good? By utilizing the same techniques that we do with these, which is basically just educating and converting. Okay, that's all it is, all right? So the first way that I want to talk about how we're going to do this utilizing AI, that's what we're going to speak about. But before we actually talk about AI, what is the first step? The first step is actually caring. Because when I first started my first business, I was like person over here. I was like, you know what? Making money and booking a ton of appointments would be absolutely amazing. Like, I want to do that. That's something I want. I want to make a lot of money. I want to have a lot of appointments on my calendar. But what I didn't understand is that would take this guy. That would take me becoming this guy in order to actually have a product that I believed in order to actually take the time to build a product that I would believe in. And so become the guy, in order to actually become the guy that could fulfill on his promises. And what stopped me, and I didn't even recognize this, which is why it's so dangerous, is fear. Fear of having to become this. Because I was scared. Because it's scary. It's scary having to deliver on your promises. It's scary having to actually be a man of your word and do what you actually say you're going to do. And that's why people are afraid of success. They're afraid of becoming the person that's like able to actually succeed and able to book all the appointments and have them show up. Like, it's hard, it's scary. But the cost of action, right, is always far greater than the cost of inaction. Or should I say, the cost of action is not as great as the cost of inaction. The cost of inaction is way worse. Like, this will ruin your entire life. This might only make your life a living hell for like 1 to 3 years. All right? Now, that's all you need. Because the only way that you get from this guy to this guy is just believing you're this guy and believing that you deserve to have something you believe in, believing you deserve to have these appointments. You deserve it. Like, it should be on your calendar now. Why isn't it? Then you really get a fire lit under you. And then you start to build something great that's really going to help people that you actually believe in. So before we get into the actual AI tools, let's get into a few things you can do right now. So the first is obviously offer. All right? Now, you want your offer to be a no-brainer. You want it to be unique and different, okay? So your offer is a no-brainer. Your offer is unique. It's irresistible. And risk-free. Risk-free is extremely important, especially if you're cold calling. Let's say you have like a freebie offer, something where it's like, hey, have these leads, you just want to take them, or we have these appointments, we just wanted to give them to you for completely free, no charge, no catch. Like, freebie offers, they just basically like gain interest immediately, peak interest, and then you can just book the appointment just like that because they need to hear more. Next, or email and SMS flows, right? Very self-explanatory, very simple. So email and SMS, I recommend sending around 5 per booked call, okay? 5 SMS and email, plus email, okay, per booked call. And then we're going to be sending content. And these content are going to be sales assets that showcase your system, showcase your testimonials, your case studies, showcase the actual back end of the system, showing everything, breaking everything down, and then showing how it's helping you, yourself, your clients, and how you can implement it for them and to solve their problems as well. And you're going to showcase this whole system and gain their energy and time investment as well, okay? Then we're going to pre-frame the call, okay? So I just call it pre-framing the show, like framing the actual show up of the call, okay? We're going to do this by the you sure method, right? Very simple. So it's like, listen, man, like you said, you're definitely good for Tuesday at 3 p.m. Like, there's nothing that's going to just come out of nowhere. Like, your dog's not going to have to get groomed at this time. Like, you're definitely good for this time. And then they agree to that. So we just get that extra level of agreeableness, right? To actually show up to that call. Next, we make them know that they have to check their email. Like, it's mandatory. Like, we're going to send you some free resources. It's very important that you check those resources, watch them, because if we hop on the call and you have no idea who we are or what we do, it's just going to be a waste of time. We're just going to have to reschedule. So just making sure that you understand that you do have to check your email so that you can receive those resources. Like, you need them to check their email, okay? Next thing is just content, right? As we said, we've already talked about it. It's just going to give you free attention in your audience. You're going to be solving your ideal clients' problems directly, giving them value, selling them what they want, giving them what they need, right? Speaking to their core desires, things along this lines. It's going to be warming our prospects and our people who actually book a call, and it's going to be educating our audience. And then also converting them 24/7. Now, some really important things that people forget are 2 things. One is confirmation calls, and 2, reminder calls. Okay? So literally, this is, say somebody comes in from a lead form, or not a lead form, but they actually book in from an ad. Maybe they watch a VSL, they booked in from the VSL. And then we're going to hit them with a confirmation call that says, hey, just confirm these details and the time that you booked in for. Great. Reminder, let's say somebody books into your calendar. Maybe you could already confirm their details. Let's say 2 hours before the actual call, you double dial them and you remind them of their appointment. If they don't answer, you give them 30 minutes before their call. Then you double dial them again. If they don't, you cancel the call because they're probably not going to show up either way. You don't want somebody who's just ignoring you. This is something that people just completely forget, and it basically decreases their show up rate and leaves a lot of money on the table. Now, the way that people would automate this, right, in the past, is, as I said, is just vetting, training, talent, right? And so this would be like VAs and stuff like this, okay? They're gonna like call the leads. But now what we have are some AI tools that we can use in order to increase our show up rate. Simple. Now it is gonna cost you, like it's not completely free, but I will explain how you can, basically a high level overview, how you can combine this with Outbound and increase your show up rate a lot. Okay, so the first tool is called SynthFlow. Okay, it's where you can build AI callers. Okay, and so what this will do is if someone goes through the VSL, they book a call, what this will do, or let's say they don't book a call. Let's say somebody goes through the VSL, but they don't book a call, they become a lead, right? If they become a lead, what we can then do is have this AI bot call. AI calls 3 to 5 minutes after. Or the sooner the better, so we could do 60 seconds after. What the goal of this is to qualify and book. Now, as it goes for Outbound, we can make a bot that is going to handle our reminders. So you just feed it reminder script and create a reminder bot out of SynthFlow. Now you can either do this yourself, it's not very hard. There are YouTube videos on how you can do it and how you can connect it, go high level, how you can build out your own bot, or you can just pay some money and hire a developer to do it for you. Okay? Hire a developer to just do it, build it done for you. All right, and then connect it. The great thing about this is that after you've done it yourself, you can then use yourself as a case study and sell it to clients. Because what you're going to do is you're going to leverage AI. You're going to be leveraging a huge trend, right? You're going to be adding it to your infrastructure, which is going to allow you to charge a lot more money. Okay? Now, the next thing is like conversational AI, right? Conversational AI. And so think of like Pointwise. They do this very, very, very well. Okay? This is very good at booking your own appointments, but also like on the client side of things where you're running ads for most clients. Ads, of course, leads, and then they just nurture, qualify, and convert. Okay, that simple. This is like what a Pointwise is going to do for you. All right. Now, of course, you can do the same thing with this. You can leverage the trend, implement it for your own clients, and obviously solve more of their bottlenecks that way, allowing you to make more money, charge more money. Okay, because most people just, what they'll do is they'll build this out and then say like, okay, now I've got an AI mechanism, but like there's more that needs to be done, right? So they're like, okay, I'll add Facebook ads, and then okay, but even if you have an AI infrastructure, like what are you doing to actual book appointments? Like let's say you don't have money to spend on ads, what are you doing? Are you just gonna sit down and cold call all day because that's brutal? Or are you gonna sit down and send DMs all day because that's brutal? Well, I want to show you exactly in this video how you're gonna actually do that, okay? And how you're gonna basically get a ton of appointments that scale on autopilot. As I said, this also connects to GHL, all right? And it's not that hard to set up for yourself. Go on YouTube, figure out how you can build your own bot for your own self, for yourself. You know, of course, this is gonna help a lot if you're running ads. But if not, you can just have your own conversational bot in there to qualify and educate prospects and convert them. So the third thing is content. Just optimize your profiles. So you could like optimize LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, right? Be posting consistently, let's say 2 to 3 times a week on all these platforms, and so that all of your profiles are optimized, okay? And then of course, like optimizing Instagram, Facebook, like this will help. And whenever you want to buy more accounts, and so you can send more DMs each day. So now that you have your AI infrastructure, what is the best way to book appointments for it? Right? Now that you understand how you can utilize and get a good show up rate from Outbound and how you can actually book a lot of appointments, right? What's the best way to actually get appointments? Well, if you're anything like me, what you would do is you'd cold call, right? Because speaking direct to them is the absolute best way to book them into your calendar, because you can speak right to them. You're just cutting out all the BS and speaking directly to them. The problem is that it's very hard to do at scale in order to actually see some success with it, okay? But what we do is build out cold calling infrastructures, okay? We build out the entire infrastructures for agencies just like you, all right? So what we'll do is we'll make sure that your product market placement is actually good, right? Because that's 99% of it is product market fit, right? Do you have a good product in a good market, and is it different? And do you have a good offer? Okay, so we'll create you a cold calling offer. We'll make sure you're collecting enough cash for everything to make sense. Then we will place you with the proven processes to generate unlimited mobile phone numbers of qualified business owners in your niche. We'll put in place our proven Blitz dialing system, Blitz SMS dialing system. Okay, it's going to book you like 2 to 7 appointments a day. And now we're going to automate this entire thing with talent that's already vetted, qualified, and trained on all of these systems so that they can facilitate the actual volume it takes to book a lot of appointments with cold calling. Okay, now we will also help you build out the content that it takes to nurture these people, the assets that you want to educate and convert your audience, and help you implement these show-up rate techniques yourself so that you're getting a higher show-up rate via cold calling and via our systems, right? And then if you want to utilize these AI tools, after you do this, you just utilize the AI triager to handle all of your reminder calls, increase your show-up rate, okay, and then just add conversational AI into your offer, okay? You add both these into your offer, you can make more money, okay, and you just implement this guy yourself and basically increase your show-up rate. Now, if you guys are interested in hearing more about my offer, wanting to hear about what I do, then go ahead and just click in the description and go ahead and just book a call with me directly. You can speak with me directly and we'll talk about your situation together. Now, I appreciate your time. And if you want a more in-depth video of going directly into the weeds, showing the back end of everything, like showing the systems directly, just leave a comment below and we'll get right to it. So again, like I said, if you want to hear more about what we do, you want a direct offer from us about how we can build this infrastructure for you, automate it, and book you a ton of appointments on autopilot, utilizing this AI outbound machine, then just get down there and book a call with me, okay? And we'll speak together directly. Anyways, peace.